Oh, red eyes. Oh, yeah. Go on. Come on.
She gotta feel it in your soul. She gotta believe it, you gotta know. She gotta wake up and dream and go get it. Her visionary knows no limit. Do it big so your name be remembered. Play your cards like the hand of a winner. Eat your breakfast but make room for dinner. Got a hunger for success and my dreams get bigger. You gotta dream big, you better dream large. Blocking lanes on the boulevard. Calling shots cause you're in charge. You gotta dream big, you better dream large. You wanna live life like a renegade. Come to the top of your piece of fame. Calling shots cause you're in charge. You gotta dream big, you better dream large.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm on the way to the gym and we're going to train back, so I'm going to show you how to build a bigger back using 7 exercises. And join with me today's session, we've got Fresco, Dean and also HD Fitness. So as always, don't forget to drop this video a like and I'll see you soon. My first exercise of the day is the good old Nautilus Pullover. So we're lucky enough to have this piece of equipment over 50 years old, so this piece is older than me. So we warm up the lats, isolate the lats, no sort of bicep involvement, get a nice stretch, take the elbow to the ear, pull down and get that 1 second squeeze of the bottom. So this will warm up the lats. We'll do 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps.
I'll keep it strictly isolation just so I can warm my back up. It gives me a bit more confidence as I progress through the set as well, just to make sure everything's nice and loose. Then at the end of the session, I move to my compound movements, just to keep everything nice and loose, nice and lubricated before we move into any heavier lifts.
Have you used the Nautilus Pullover before? Probably here at the
Only when I'm here. Only when I'm here. They don't have this in the commercial gyms that I'm used to. Sometimes, depending on your size, you can find it a little bit awkward putting your hands over. Traditionally, like how you're supposed to do it. If you get an underarm grip, make sure the elbows stay tucked right into the pad. Drive the elbows in, release, you get a lot more tension on the lats.
Okay, so next exercise, we're doing called seal rows. We're doing on a famous UFB bench. So I prefer do this bent over. You've got more stability, you like using such lower back. And good tip is to keep your feet wide, so you've got more sort of stance, more support. And there's a rule here, don't touch, don't count. So every rep, use it as a gauge to touch each rep.
Shine light for the ones in the dark. Stay true to yourself and go big from the heart.
Conventional.
100% belt.
Yeah.
This one remains supreme. This takes your lower back out of the equation, especially if you suffer with a tight lower back anyway. And being this early in the session, you don't want to tighten your lower back out before you get to the main movements of the last bit of the exercise, so the session. So yeah,
I would engage each rep by touching the bar.
Yeah, just make sure that you're getting that feedback at the top. Just to ensure that you're following, you're doing the whole entire movement as opposed to doing partial reps, hitting your forearms. So I think that's a really good idea.
Slanging and banging.
Quite easy and tempting to get too heavy, so I try and slow it right down and try and get that 1 second contraction at the top and try and isolate it back as much as possible. Even though it is a compound exercise, try and isolate it because you are, at the end of the day, trying to build your back, not use too much momentum.
What's that? Come on, go more. And again.
She gotta feel it in your soul. She gotta believe it, you gotta know. She gotta wake up and dream and go get it. Her visionary knows no limit.
Okay, so the third movement is the one arm pull down or the hammer strength. I do like to do a lot of unilateral stuff just to sort of balance. So if you have a weaker side, you can sort of prioritise the weaker side. So I like to do these, and the benefit about doing one side, you can sort of get a better contraction when you've got 2 hands. It's hard to get that contraction when you've got one side, you can sort of lean into and really cramp the lats. Obviously there's a time and place for training heavy weights and sloppy form, but at the same time there's time and place for doing controlled strict reps. You gotta dream big, you better dream large.
guys, they seem to know what they're doing. They've all got huge fucking backs.
Yes, sir.
You wanna be famous, I stand 10 feet tall, a rooftop to the basement. You wanna own it all. I see the hunger in your eyes. You wanna flash like a classic car.
Okay, so our final back exercise, we're doing lat pull-downs. We're going to use a bit of a closer grip. You can use a medium grip, wide grip, but I prefer a close grip as you can use more sort of bicep. Back's pretty fatigued now, so I'm going to keep the weight heavy enough to sort of get 8 to 10 reps in good form. So I always use straps, obviously grip's starting to go now. So try and keep upright as possible, don't lean back too far.
So, close grip, lat pull downs. Get a slight bit of hyperextension, not too much. Keep the elbows tucked into the side.
When you say hyperextension, what do you mean by that?
So, a little extension of the chest, not a massive matrix lean back. So just a little pack up in the chest. Make sure you keep the elbows nice and tight. If you go past your chin, depending on how long your arms are, torso thickness, you can sometimes get around in the shoulder. Just watch out for that. Make sure the shoulders stay back. Stop it from coming forward. All right, just to get that maximal contraction in your lats.
She got a feeling in your soul. She gotta believe it, you gotta know. You gotta wake up and dream and go get it. Her visionary knows no limit. Do it big so your name be remembered. Play your cards like the hand of a winner.
Okay, so for full back development, you do need to work your lower back, spinal erectors. So we've done probably 4 exercises for upper back. Now we're going to finish off on lower back, spinal erectors, glutes, and posterior chain. So hyperextensions, then moving on to deadlifts. Thing to do.
Grab that bar and make a belt with it. Literally break the bar as much as you can. By that meaning, grab it, tuck the elbows in. When the shoulders come down, make sure you pull down to your waist. That just secures the entire back, keeps everything tight. Also helps you to keep the slack out the bar as well.
And where should you hold the bar? Where should the path be?
Depending on what type of deadlift you're doing, we're doing conventionals. You want to make sure the bar is right outside your knee. Okay, the wider the bar is, generally speaking, the longer the range of motion. So if you want the bar to travel a lot, a short range of motion from the floor, bring your arms in a little bit closer to the knees. Okay.
The time of your life, the moment to live, the moment to shine, the moment to rise and take over the world. I'm on top of everything, on top of my game. Big city life, big city dreams.
Yeah, I can walk you through it.
Don't forget, you're not deadlifting for powerlifting.
We're deadlifting for
lower back.
either way, right? Set the bar up close to you. Stand up, shoulders back, down. You're gonna brace your abs, glutes. Crack the knees, tip, tip, tip. Once your arms get past your knees, you're gonna sink with the legs, grab the bar, top tip. You wanna imagine you're wrapping the bar around yourself. You can see me building tension, and then you're just gonna sit down, explode up. Knees, hips, hips, hips. Right. Knees, hips, hips, hips.
And should you fully extend, lock out the top, or?
If you want more tension on the hamstrings and glutes, don't lock it out. But I'm used to locking it out, so I'm just gonna run it like that.
Red eyes. So I believe when you don't do deadlifts for a while, it's like starting all over again. So I'm not doing deadlifts probably for about, I can't remember last time I did them, probably 6 months. And doing 2 plates, I felt like a ton. So I think the key with deadlifts, you've got to be consistent. You've got to do them every week to sort of get the weight up. Doing them today feels like I've never lifted a bar before. So tip of the day, keep it consistent. If you want to build the deadlift up, do them every week.
You better dream
That's back done. So we did, I think we did 7 exercises, finishing off on deadlifts. How did you find that compared to usual back workouts?
Oh, brilliant. Managed to hit a little bit heavier last week as well. So big bonus.
Well, I always like jumping in with Simon just to mix things up a little, because I do a lot of just heavy compounds, sometimes it's all rowing, deadlifting, and it's great for size and mass. Whenever I jump in with Simon, it's really about concentrating, hitting the smaller muscles, isolating them, especially with the lat work, where at my back I got a pretty thick back, but I lack a little on the lats, especially the width. So whenever I jump in with Simon, I really feel like I target these smaller areas that I miss out on, and the next day, you know straight away, right, I tense my lats right on the outside, there'll be agony tomorrow. So I love just these little tweaks.
Yeah, it's good to do a bit of both, I mean, the heavier sort of rowing movements and sort of the slow, more control movements. So I like to do a bit of both in every workout. Yeah, great workout as always. It's nice to jump in with Dean. It's obviously nice to jump in with Dave and obviously Fresco. So nice energy today with training for people, and hopefully we'll get some more videos to you in the future. As always, don't forget to put this video like to the notification buttons, and
Subscribe.
Subscribe.